Dang. What the heck's a man dorm room? And what would you do if your contractor showed up with these? Huh? Get ready to laugh out loud because today we're reacting to some of the most hilarious housing scenes from Home Improvement. That's right. Hey folks, I'm Mark Magstadt, local real estate expert here in San Diego. Let's see what sort of trouble Tim, the tool man Taylor, gets into today.
In today's competitive college environment, a young man needs an edge.
That's why we've taken that dorm room and given it the old tool time twist.
Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the man's dorm room. To help students stay up late studying, our dorm room has that added thing to give them that jolt of energy.
An oxygen bar.
Yes, it comes with domestic.
Seattle.
And imported.
Mexico City.
Well, moving on. Well, after a late night, most students have a hard time getting up on time. So, we've created a fail-safe wake-up system with 3 stages of alarm.
Well, for the light sleeper,
I'm up. For the stubborn sleeper,
and you don't want Flannel Boy listening in.
what?
Dang. Man, it's so funny because it takes me back to the dorm room. Went to school in Southern Oregon. My roommate, nicknamed Zippy. We had side-by-side little twin beds. There was a couple people that kind of went a little crazy and did the bunk beds, and then they set up like a couch on the far wall.
We think it would be very prudent.
Can we turn our beds into bunk beds?
Yes.
Why are you guys so sweaty?
We just kept it simple, desk in the middle. But yeah, dorm rooms, you gotta love them. There was definitely lots of sleeping in, being late for classes. So a couple of these alarms, I don't know about the dude yelling at you, but that seems very effective. Yeah, I mean, you gotta love the oxygen that drops down from the top of the bunk. Definitely done a few oxygen bars back in the day. I don't see them as much anymore, but you're out, you're partying in Vegas, you're doing your thing, late night, get a little oxygen. It just feels as though it kind of soothes and relaxes and kind of brings the energy. It's like you get the bad oxygen out, bring the new oxygen in. So I don't know, now it just seems like kids are just drinking a bunch of coffee, bunch of Red Bulls, energy drinks, and cram it, study, just do it. Back in the day, we just would stay up and study as long as we needed. A couple pots of coffee and just do it.
Large black coffee.
Do you mean a venti?
No, I mean a large.
He means a venti, yeah, the biggest one you got.
Venti is large.
No, venti is 20.
An oxygen bar would be kind of a fun little thing to bring in and have your friends try out though. Let me know in the comments below, anyone do an oxygen bar and feel great afterwards? Yeah, I mean, you have your typical alarm, you know, the ring. Now they have so many different wake up systems, but I pictured like a train horn, or you know how like those dudes have their truck set up where they have that massive horn sound? I didn't picture the dude like the craziness coming through, yelling at the top of his lungs. That is not only gonna scare the heck out of you, but you'll probably have nightmares if you do go back to bed. So I'd probably avoid that. And also, I don't know how good that is getting that, all that plastic upon your face with that rubber. The funny part is at the Magstadt household, I usually am up before everyone. I love to get my morning time before the boys get up. Mason, he's right there with me. Miles and Mary, you don't set an alarm, you don't wake them up. They're asleep until 9:30, 10 o'clock. Are you a morning person? Like to stay up late, sleep in a little bit? How many times do you hit the snooze button? Let me know in the comments below. Poor Al, getting squished down from Tim, got the cute little cheerleader rolling in. You definitely want to do the tuck and roll out of that before you get stuck. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, we would hang the sock on the door. The socks on the door don't come in. We could be studying, we could be entertaining, having some fun with friends. So that was our trick. Let me know in the comments below. What was your alert or system if you needed the room to yourself back in the dorm days? I've been out of college for a bunch of years, but what are your college experiences? You living in the dorms? You living in an apartment close to campus? Let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear.
Now in winter, homes consume more energy, which is why I like double glazed windows.
And double glazed donuts. Now, along with replacing these windows, we've just come from the basement where we put in new furnace filters.
That's right. For maximum efficiency, I recommend you replace the filters every 30 days.
I was on a 30-day cycle. That explains the bloat.
Next up, we're going to look for the greatest source of energy loss in a home, air leaks.
Right. And you can usually find a good one underneath the front door.
That's right. To simply fix that, put in a door sweep as a barrier.
An easy do-it-yourself fix.
Let's get to work.
All right. Ooh, Al, I see another draft. It's a cold one.
So I've been in San Diego for over 32 years now, but I was born and raised in Anchorage, Alaska, completely different types of cold. Now I'm a complete wimp. It's 50 degrees out. I have my jacket on. I have a vest. My kids had football games the other night. It was 7 o'clock. It was dark. I had a beanie on and gloves. So completely different scenario. Back in Alaska, you just dress for it. You roll with it. But he said dual glazed windows. I've heard of them as dual pane. I may be mistaken because, Tim's always right. But normally we have dual pane. You can have triple pane depending. But it definitely helps with the heat escape and keeping the heat in and keeping the cold out. So normally with the dual pane, you have a little separation in between it. There are times that the seal can actually crack and you'll see like a little moisture condensation. You'll just have to replace the window if that's the case. So, but yeah, it definitely does help. Do you call it dual pane, double paned, or dual glazed, double glazed? Let me know in the comments below. Back in the day, there were little single pane metal windows, usually quite flimsy. We had those in a condo that we have, and we replaced those with dual pane. Just to upgrade, that works out well, and we always highly recommend if you can go a dual pane. Also, there's a lot of times if you do live closer to a freeway or some road noise, airplane noise, if you do the dual pane, it will keep the sound out on a more regular basis.
Just go.
Yeah, I mean, changing out your filters, obviously, especially when you're running either your furnace, your AC, whatever you need to replace those on a regular basis.
For maximum efficiency, I recommend you replace the filters every 30 days.
I don't know about once every 30 days. I don't think it can ever hurt. They're actually really affordable and it's fairly straightforward to do. But best and worst case scenario, once every 6 months, you can do it. I have been to a couple home inspections where they have pulled out the furnace and it's just completely black and they're like, oh, we need to change that? How long you been here? 15 years. So yeah, a little bit nasty, but they're easy to do and just put it on like your little calendar and get it done, some little home maintenance. The majority of times, exactly what Tim and Al said, the front door, you're always gonna have a little bit of a gap there. Sometimes sliders will be a little askew. There's also times in the roof area, if you don't have proper insulation, heat or cold can escape there as well. So maybe just have a home inspector and or handyman, contractor come over and they can help you seal those up. I mean, obviously, anytime you have heat loss, you're running your heater and it's just going out the front door. Not only are you wasting money, but you're cranking up the heat. It's one of those things that the furnace will work overdrive to try to keep it at 72 degrees or whatever you have it set for. And then vice versa with the air conditioning, you have it warm outside. Any coolness that's being lost outside, you're better off saving the money and sealing the leaks.
Welcome back to Tool Time and our continuing effort to make Al's place more energy efficient.
Thank you, Heidi. We now give you...
The blower door. Now, a blower door is the most effective way to detect air leaks in your home.
It does that by creating a vacuum inside the house, pulling outside air through any crack or opening you have.
That's right. And since you can't see air...
Unless you live in Los Angeles. Oh, that's not pollution. That's a marine layer.
We're going to use this generator to create smoke so we can then see our leaks. Thank you, Tim. All right, now have you sealed up the house, all the doors, windows, vents?
You bet I have.
Then we're ready to see our leaks.
All right, but first off, let's make sure that the fireplace flue is shut. A good way to remember that is to close the flue, pull towards you, push away, make fire today. My grandfather taught me that.
All right, Tim, why don't you go outside and crank up the smoke?
Can you turn on the blower?
All right.
It's a great control panel. Look at this bad boy, huh?
You might not want to tweak it that high.
The faster we tweak, the faster we find our leak. My grandma told me that one.
Yeah, so you got the blower door. It's interesting because it's a fake door. It will draw air out so you can figure out where the leaks are and help you solve that problem so you can get those sealed up. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever had a blower door test conducted. Be interested to know. Tim brings up the air quality. Obviously in LA, it is what it is. We don't have great air quality, but an air filtration system, we have a couple of those in the house. Kind of runs through, you change the filters on a regular basis, just gets all the particles out of the air, keeps you breathing good fresh air. That's an easy fix, you know, and they work fairly straightforward. They're quiet, just have to change the filter, stay on top of it. You gotta love Tim when you see the control panel. It looks like some huge gauge that you'd use like as a decompressor or something, or some contraption. But of course, Tim cranks it to full bore. A lot of times kind of ease your way into it. You don't necessarily have to do it all at once, but that's how Tim rolls. We didn't see the end of this, but I'm realistically assuming that based on him cranking that up, we're gonna probably pop some windows out. I have a feeling some light bulbs are gonna pop. Some stuff's just gonna go crazy. So maybe like a little mini hurricane tornado like inside the house is what Tim's creating. What do you think is gonna happen? Gotta love home improvement. Always funny, and it really teaches us what not to do when it comes to remodeling our homes, right? Let me know in the comments below what other hilarious home improvement scenes you want to see next. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you binge watch the entire playlist right here and subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching.